convinced that Jesus was black, the apostles were black, and I'm a Jew, so you're listening and watching. The Jew, Masanyu the Jew. I love that. Today we have something very interesting to discuss about. As you all know, that our sole supplier of electricity in Uganda, that is Umeme Company, handed over officially yesterday to the 1st of April 2025. We have another new sole electricity supplier supplying electricity in the whole of Uganda, and that was Umeme handing over to UEDCL, that is Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited, that is in charge of electricity distribution in Uganda as of now. So we are shifting from Umeme, we are shifting from Yaka to light. We have a guest.
Yaka to light.
Yeah, we're shifting from Yaka to light.
From Umeme.
From
I don't know how we're going to call it though.
It was Umeme was a company.
Yes.
Then Yaka was a product.
Yeah.
So now we are shifting from Umeme to UEDCL, Uganda Electricity Distribution Company, and then we are replacing Yaka with light. Katiroga mpaku light.
Professor Vijawa.
Well, in the studio, we have, can I call him a technocrat, an expert in the matters we are explaining? Because I could be giving information that is probably half-baked. But I'm a journalist.
We have Mr. John Ntende, manager corporate planning, that is in ERA.
Yes.
ERA is electricity regulatory
authority. Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
You're the regulators.
The new boss.
No,
we have been around.
The regulators of electricity.
The new Gamba Nogs.
But you've been silent though.
No, we've not been silent because we work in the background.
Okay.
Our role is to regulate the electricity market in Uganda.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you are regulators, the way we have UCC, who are regulators of
the telecoms
and
Bank
radio.
Of Uganda, yes.
Bank of Uganda is a regulator of banks. So ideally, they don't deal with day to day.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
so we have the service providers like Umeme,
Yes.
whose concession ended yesterday.
Yes.
And now we have UEDCL,
Yes.
which is a government company.
Okay.
Now doing the power
So
distribution.
how are we going to be calling it? Are we continuing with Umeme over?
No, Umeme. Umeme is
Umeme is now our ex.
Yeah.
Umeme is our ex.
Yeah.
We'll just call it UEDCL.
Yeah.
It's another company called UEDCL.
UEDCL.
It has been around. It's a government company.
Yes.
Remember when we had the reforms back in 2000?
Yes.
We had UEB. You recall UEB?
Yes.
Uganda Electricity Board.
Yes. Then we unbundled it into a generation company, a transmission company, and a distribution company. Then, because we wanted capital into the markets, we concessioned the distribution segment to Umeme for 20 years from 2005.
So now, what is ERA and what's the role of it in regulating electricity?
Yeah, so ERA is the Electricity Regulatory Authority. It was created by the Electricity Act, and our mandate is to regulate the power sector in Uganda. So we license all the players in the market. We set the price of power. You pay.
You set even the price.
So what do you base on to set the price?
We look at the costs of generating the power, right from generation. The power you're seeing here is probably coming all the way from Ginger.
Yes.
So we have to pay for all the generation, the transmission, all the poles, all the infrastructure, all the cars you see on the streets. That goes into the cost of power. So that's what we use. We have a tariff methodology through which we set the price of power. So, and we announced a slightly lower price. You're now paying.
We are now paying less.
Yes.
Less money, more units.
Yes.
Okay, so how much is the unit now?
Now it's 756.2
It has been on how much?
It has been on how much?
It has been on 770 shillings.
So is this now promotion to the new?
No, it's not a promotion because Umeme used to earn a bit of a higher return on investment.
Yes.
But now that the government is doing the distribution itself, the price is a bit
The price is
lower.
From 700 to
756.
It was from
780.
770.
780
Yeah.
and 756. So it's
Yeah.
like 20, 30 something.
Yeah, but if it's significant. If you look at the entire sector, we're saving about 250 billion shillings
Wow.
just from
The
that
entire
small
sector.
For
Wow.
that,
Yeah.
for that margin.
For
they're
that
saving
margin.
250
50 billion.
billion shillings.
Wow, that's incredible.
But is the government ready to take on this mandate? Because I read in the papers sometime a few days back, and they were like, we needed to borrow some money for us to be able to run the whole...
To pay off Nema, I
to
think.
pay and then to also be able to run.
Yes, actually, it's called the buyout amount.
Yeah, buyout, yeah,
The way the concession was determined was that Umeme would invest, but any money which is not recovered by the end of the concession, the government had to pay
Would
them.
refund.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's the 118 million which was paid on Friday, and UEDCL already has money, over $100 million. They're ready to hit the ground. running.
Borrowed or...
We've provided some money through the tariff, but they've also accessed some money from ABSA, $50
Yeah,
million.
from ABSA.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing a great job to make people know the transition process. But honestly speaking, Ugandans take a lot of time to adapt. So do you have any strategy or any campaign that's going to facilitate the smooth transition? Of course, you did the transition already, but the smooth transition on ground for Ugandans to get to know more about how the new policy is going to be like, how the new service provision and the nitty-gritties here and there.
Yeah, so we've provided money as the regulator to UEDCL. They have a communication strategy. They're already starting to implement it, starting today. Most of the Umeme staff are now part of UEDCL.
Okay.
So the
People
customer may not
people have
see a
lost their
big change.
jobs
Yeah.
that much, yeah.
No, most of the people have joined UEDCL.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the customer, you may not see a big difference in
Okay.
your service. Instead of Umeme, you're now going to UEDCL. The same offices will be maintained,
the same offices.
and most of the technicians are actually also in place. What we are seeing is just a change in name. It's a landlord taking back the
house.
asset and running it. Yeah, it's the same code, but when you dial it, instead of Umeme Touch Pay, you will see UEDCL Light Pay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
see
the-
lights.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
So now that means that caters for the question that I was going to ask
Yes.
of avenues, how people are definitely going to reach out to you, complain and stuff like that. So the numbers are going to still remain the same and
The
everything.
number is still the same for any complaints. The same Umeme number, 0800 285 285,
Okay.
is maintained.
So the social media
Yeah.
platform is still
The social
staying,
media platforms, now instead of Umeme, UEDCL has its own
but still
platforms.
we don't have to follow a new account.
For Umeme?
Yeah, for
No,
UEDCL.
No, it's the same. If you've been following UEDCL, it will be the same account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because UEDCL has been supplying power in other places as well.
Oh, it has been supplying power in other places?
Yeah, in the smaller areas outside the Umeme territory.
Wait a minute. Now,
So it's a government company. It has been around.
yes.
Yes. So Umeme had the territory. Now they're just taking back the territory of Umeme. But it's a
Interesting.
company which has been
So,
supplying.
wait a
power
minute. So that means
in the
other
north.
places of the country were not supplied by Umeme?
No. There are many other. For instance, West Nile is Wenreco. It's a different company. Kalangala, it's not Umeme. It's
Oh, okay.
A
Yes.
different company?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We're going to pick it up from there
Interesting.
when we come back.
We help jumpstart your day like this. The wake up call.